Well, guys, happy Friday. Happy October 15th. Today is officially Rally's 1-year birthday party. Thank you guys for joining us. Today, we'll be hearing from 3 different creators who will share their own path to Rally and highlight some key learnings from this whole past year. But first, was a birthday party without presents? I would say a bad one. But over here, as a thank you, we're celebrating by minting a birthday NFT from known unknown artist James Sommerville, who's joining us actually today. That all creators, creator coin holders, and even top developers of the community will receive in the coming days to commemorate this special milestone. We're lucky to have James here with us today to talk the recent launch of the Kudos coin and even preview the NFT. Tam, James, take it away.
Thank you so much, Grant. Hi, everyone. I'm Tam. I'm the Director of Fine Arts here at Rally, and I'm here with James Sommerville, who is reinventing the traditional creative agency. He's inviting designers from everywhere around the world to join his vision. A little bit about him. I'll let James talk about himself and his community. James? Are you there?
Oh, you're muted, James.
Okay, guys, my bad. Hi, I'm James. Hopefully you can you're going to see my screen as well, just to sort of carry a few images. Happy birthday to Rally. You know, it's such a huge milestone. I'm about to enter a new journey as well, so I'm not quite my first birthday, even though if I go back a few years, so my journey to Rally, really, you know, I grew up in this era. Someone just asked me if I was Jimmy Somerville, but before that, what inspired me about this was the creativity, the expression, the unity, the coming together. Graphically, I was inspired because that's the path I chose, and this was all kind of like speaking to me before I even listened to that music back in the late 1970s in the UK. I started an agency in my grandmother's attic bedroom when I was 19. This is her bedroom after we decorated. So you could see it's pretty humble beginnings back in 1986. And we really went on this journey to really try and push technology, early Apple, early Photoshop. You know, we've kind of all been there, but we're really trying to express ourselves in a way that allowed a community of designers at that time to come together to be to express themselves individually, but also collectively. Then how does that work? Represent something. For us, it was representing our very small boutique agency. And I often think this was our Bible at the time. It was our Instagram, our Facebook, it was our CV or resume, it was everything. But ultimately, it was our love and our passion for bringing creators together in the mid-late 90s now, whilst everybody was still printing. So for me, that led me to Coca-Cola. I was the chief design guy at Coke for 5 years. So that was a great stage for any designer, but it's about togetherness. Coke stands for those great things as well. But I also realized in 2015, the Coke bottle would be 100 years old. So 100 designers in 100 days to create 100 posters to represent the birthday of 100 years. And so we went on this journey to find talent around the world that could take something that is effectively an antique, 100 years old must be an antique, but re-express it in a way that felt relevant, that felt current, that was speaking to a teenager, not someone who's 90 or 100 when it was first designed. And these are pages from a gallery or from the 100 posters that were submitted. And I found great inspiration and talents coming through from working in their bedrooms, working after school, working in Starbucks. They weren't in agencies. They were everywhere else but that. So on leaving and departing Coke and my friends at Coke, I decided there must be potentially a new model. And maybe, Tam, I'll break there in case you have any additional questions before we speak to that as well, unless you'd like me to keep going. I know we only have a couple of minutes.
You should keep going, but just listening to this story makes me understand that you're the perfect person to create our commemorative first year NFT.
I love the feeling of a community expressed through maybe some projects I shared and this idea. So now Known Unknown is inviting people from all over the world, wherever they may be, not necessarily in those, quote, design cities, rural, small towns, villages. Our oldest member is 87. Our youngest is 18. And they can teach each other things. They can help each other. They can share. They can collaborate. We're not 1 year old yet. We launched it formally in June, and already rich conversations happening online. Talent is emerging from everywhere in the world, from over 100 countries. We have 5,000 who have joined us so far, and we're excited as to where that could go. Clients come to us and say, hey, can you help us reinvent? Can you take something that, like Mr. P from Pringles, and do something different with him, with your community? Brands such as that you'll see in the supermarket. So all very artistically driven. And for us then starts to be an opportunity. This is Ford Motor Company. How can we make them more relevant, more progressive, more electrification, more autonomous vehicles of the future, and not the F-150 drivers? Coca-Cola re-engaged them. We just launched this last week, Real Magic, the new platform, all generated through the Known Unknown population and community. You'll start to see this work on billboards and mom and pop stores and social, everything all over the world. So for us, the future of an agency is a community. It's togetherness, it's sharing, and it's on demand. And we find that talent wherever they may be. We're so proud now to be part of the Rally family. We will use that in ways that we will reward people who have helped us along our way. We do believe our community will be an NFT design engine. So we'll be able to reward them through design sprints, hosting masterclasses with creative pros to help that next generation of 19-year-olds who are coming through school now. They will be our leadership in the next 20 years. So we want that too. And then collectibles, real things that we'll think. So, you know, we're very proud to be asked to contribute something to the, and the brand itself is amazing. We dissect the brand, we look at some of the pieces, we just look at maybe where this could go. We haven't landed on a final design. So we're still working on that. It's not to reveal yet. It's still very much work in progress. But our community is very excited at this opportunity to take the essence of the brand that you have there at Rally on the left, turn that into something magical and something worthy. So I appreciate the 6 or 7 minutes. Hope I didn't go over, and just wanted to give you a sense of who we are now. I'm so proud and pleased to be part of this group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, James. You're really democratizing the future of work. I can see how even other creative communities can take what you're doing and apply it themselves. How you know, an 18-year-old from Brazil and an 80-year-old, you know, in Nigeria can have the same opportunities as a 30-year-old in New York to design and to be able to create. And crypto is powering all of that. So I love your community and your use case, and very excited to see the final NFT design that we will all hold.
Great. Awesome, Tam. Thank you. Thanks for the introduction, and great to meet everybody. I'd love to stay around.
Awesome. Tam, James, again, thank you. And James, I'll echo your own words back to you. We are just as excited to have you as you are excited to be a part of the Rally community. So I appreciate that. Next, this looks awesome. All creators, creator coin holders, and even top developers of the community will receive this NFT in their wallets in coming days and in coming weeks. Next up, we couldn't have a one-year birthday party without one of the OGs on the Rally platform, Miss Alliestrasza. Not only was she one of the first creators, I'm talking way back, even before October 15th of last year, but she's been innovating and inspiring ever since, and many other creators and communities who have launched even since her. Please welcome Miss Alliestrasza and her partner, Mason. Jason, take it away.
Thank you.
Kids, what's going on?
Hello, how's it going?
Great. This is the long time coming. You're like, you're aging before our eyes, but I was actually going to tell a funny joke really quickly. I know it's terrible. I was going to tell a funny joke actually really quickly. Is the other day I was I follow Allie on Twitter, and she mentioned a birthday, and I thought it was her birthday. And then it said the birthday that somebody was 21, and I thought she was 21. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, when did you start this journey? And it turns out, as I asked Mason, it was her sister. So anyway, so there was that. I thought I had Allie's
Yes.
birthday. It was near our birthday. Hi guys. So I have a couple questions for you. I know, so since you've been on the platform for now, over a year, just over a year, a little bit over a year, but really this last year, how has Rally and your coin impacted your lives and the lives of your community?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you for having us. I just want to say, and yeah, I mean, Rally has completely changed how I think about my career as a content creator moving forward in the truest sense. Like, coming from the content creator perspective, like I've been a Twitch streamer for over 5 years at this point, and the content creation can kind of be a little scary and unstable at times because you can feel bound to one thing, right? So I've been streaming like the same game on Twitch for 5 years, and on Twitch as a platform, right? And so Rally has sort of, having a creator coin has sort of opened up this possibility for me to explore more creative freedoms, which I think is really amazing, as well as it just provides a more efficient way to monetize and build a community. And I really think that, that's what we're all doing at the end of the day as content creators is, building these communities online. And, a caveat to the creator coin, coming from the gamer perspective, Mason and I were actually in a conversation yesterday about how this process is more of a multiplayer game, right? As opposed to, my community has been supporting me over the course of these years with, donating to me or subscribing to my channel. But now we can kind of play a game together and like creating value for the community together, where it doesn't just benefit me, but it also benefits all those who are a part of the community. And that kind of segues into how it's benefited my community. Like, I know it's not just about monetary gains, of course, but it's still really damn cool to hear that, like, oh, Allie's helped me get LASIK eye surgery. One person even got a car. Like, it's kind of wild that even opened up that possibility. But at the end of the day, I feel like it just builds more sense of community, and that's like really what it's all about. So, yeah.
And speaking of, the multiplayer game that it's created, I've been largely managing Allie's career for 5 years now, and it did feel a lot like, it's her career. It's not really my career. I'm just kind of helping out behind the scenes. But through the coin, I've actually gotten more integrated into the community, and I feel like I can do more things and help build value for the community. And I've seen that sort of activation in a lot of the community members that have been moderators for Allie's channel for a long time, and they want to do more than they've ever wanted to do before. And I think that's because they can actually capture some of the value too. And we really love just how, it's really activated the community and gotten us all to work toward this community goal.
Yeah, like, and I'm so happy because, yeah, Mason, has always sort of been like in the shadows, kind of like helping with everything behind the scenes. And now it's like, it's more people can have a role in an economy, right? Like, that's what it really is becoming is, I'm having these longtime moderators really take a leadership, like they were already leaders in the community, but now there's just like more of a tool set for everyone to be able to have a part, like more so, like Mason was saying. So it's been a pretty incredible journey. And like I said, it's completely reshaped how I think about, my life moving forward. So
I can't even believe it's been a year. Actually,
yeah,
it's been a fast year.
It's pretty wild.
That's so cool because this is that sense of a cooperative that the people are chipping in together and finding ways to participate. So in the course of this past year, you had a previous Discord. You actually created a new Discord. You created a new YouTube channel about crypto content, and then you created a Hearthstone tournament. So you've done all these things around the coin. I was like, those are just like maybe some of the major milestones over the course of the year. Huge. Like I think it's helped a lot of people like see. I've seen it resonate within other communities, the things that you guys have done and established in your use cases. So with all that kind of lead in the past year, what are your plans looking ahead, 2022?
Yeah. I mean, I think I definitely still want to keep creating content about the creator economy and my unique perspective of having a creator coin as being one of the longest people on the platform to have it. So I definitely want to keep ramping up the kind of educational content in some sense. But one thing that I really want to focus on is sort of paving the way for the relationship between brands and social tokens. Like, I feel like there's a lot of potential there. And like, I don't want to say anything just yet, but we're like kind of in conversation with, actually integrating, some people being able to purchase a product directly with Alliecoin. And I feel like that's really the future of like influencer marketing with social tokens is, you already have such a dedicated community in your coin that, brands that you like and want to promote, like there's a huge potential relationship there. So that's something that I really want to focus on. Obviously that depends on the brands too, but I think it could provide a lot of value to my community members.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the stuff that we're doing on the back end, trying to incorporate more brands and work with more people. The other thing that we want to move toward is actually, because we're gamers, we want to incorporate gaming a little bit more into the coin. And so one of the ways we want to do that is working with game developers to build games. And it takes a long time to build games. So we're going to start really small and simple, and we want to create utility for NFTs within games. We think that that's a big missing part in NFT space right now. There's a lot of like profile pictures, but not a lot of game utility. And as gamers, we've been dealing with these digital collectibles for a long time. Skins in games are kind of like the original NFTs. And so we want to bring those to life more so as something that people can truly own, and they can sell those skins later if they don't want to use them anymore. And then the other thing that we're really excited about is play to earn games. And part of, people are developing these play to earn games, and there's a few really good examples like Axie Infinity. But one of the things that we've done with the tournament circuit is we're turning old games that aren't play to earn into play to earn games through Alliecoin. And so we've done that in Hearthstone by building a Hearthstone tournament circuit where people can enter for free and they can win prize money in Alliecoin. And we want to do that for more games. And like Allie was talking about, she wants to branch out from Hearthstone a little bit more. And the coin is an amazing way to do that with a game like Teamfight Tactics, which is one that she's been getting into recently. And we want to try and create a tournament circuit there now as well, and just more opportunity for people to play games and earn money and join the community, even if, without putting money in.
Yeah, that's cool. That's because of the simplicity of creating the account and essentially then eventually adopting potentially the wallet to participate. These sort of like low effort things that people can do in your community. I actually really like this spot about the affiliate nature, taking that to a new level, because I think a lot of times affiliate programs, can feel a little bit like they may not be super meaningful, but obviously if you're trading for a product in your coin more directly, that obviously has a much greater benefit to you.
Yeah.
Mindful of time, I had just one last brief question, and that was about the NFTs. We're seeing you do a series of membership related NFTs. What are your how are you using NFTs, and what do you see the future there for you guys?
Yeah, so we've been migrating from coin holder benefits to NFT holder benefits, and we have to be mindful about that transition and make it clear to the community what they're going to get for holding different things. But we've seen some weird behaviors with coin holder benefits. Like if you hold enough coin, you can kind of just take pieces of your coin and give it to other people to hold it for a while, and then they can get the coin holder benefit. And we think we just want to reward people that are long-standing community members, and not just someone who might buy the coin, get the holder benefit, and then sell the coin later. And we find the badge system is a really good way to sort of, mark people as core contributing members of the community, and also let people buy into being core members of the community. And so we're doing a tiered badge system, so that the mythic badges is really going to be like the highest and most exclusive access to certain things we do. Like going back to, an NFT game that we might make, we want to make sure that when we release those NFTs, a lot of these NFT drops, they're either random raffles, so it's random people getting in, or it's a rush to the gates and whoever gets there first gets them. We want to make sure it's our core community that gets access to our NFTs first before the general public. So the NFT badge system is actually a really good way for us to do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this project. It's been great to be right there alongside you and seeing all this happen and watched you make this even bigger than I think I could imagine when we had our first conversation. So thank you very much.
Thanks for saying that. Thank you.
Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Jason, Allie, Mason. Thank you guys, Mason and Allie. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys and listening to your guys' side of your coin. I can speak on behalf of the Rally community. We are very grateful for your guys' presence and your guys' input. It's always been valued. So thank you guys again. Awesome. Well, next we have another special treat for you guys. Last but not least, our next guest is a Grammy-nominated musician, DJ, singer, composer, and audio engineer, BT. He's produced, collaborated, and even written with a variety of artists, including David Bowie, Madonna, Sting, Britney Spears, and even more. He's now innovating on the Rally platform with the launch of the Music Coin. I have Mr. Bryce Carr to take this one away. Take it away, Bryce.
Awesome. Thanks, Grant. Hi, everyone. My name is Bryce. I oversee music at Rally. And Grant, thank you for that tee up on BT. As we were going into this, I was starting to really think about how you introduce everything that BT has done. And I think you did a great job there. It's not often that you get to work with a creator that's worked with everyone, like some of the names you mentioned, Madonna and Sting, but then also to have programmed the music at Disneyland in Shanghai, and then also hold patents and be a Guinness Book World Record holder. So BT, we are very, very excited to have you here, and thank you for always working to kind of innovate in this space. It's good to have you.
It's such a pleasure, Bryce, and thank you for such kind words. It's funny, I'd lead with myself as full stack developer, but that's kind of the nerd in me. so it's cool to hear other accolades like that. I'm so excited. First of all, like elephant in the room, happy birthday to Rally. I'm incredibly honored and grateful and excited, enthusiastic to be involved with this platform. I've been lucky to build a community of like-minded people over the last 2 decades, and have such an exciting, interesting group of fans, and have amassed really interesting, colorful sorts of personalities that a social token is the perfect way to be able to reward my fans for sometimes obsessive participation in things, which I love. And it's such a cool group of, like I said, like-minded people. So I couldn't be more excited about Rally. I'm at the beginning of my journey with it. We've just begun to utilize it in some things, like my last NFT drop that we just released was with Origin Protocol, and I made a 200,000 line of code programmatic host for an 11-song album. This album plays back differently during the daytime, nighttime, and it actually even tracks a full lunar cycle, which, since the blockchain's time agnostic, many of my fellow nerds on this call will know, is actually a feat of modern science without an oracle too. So at any rate, during this, we decided to use the Rally token as a gate for a listening party on Discord, and it was tremendously successful. And so we have, I'm sure that we'll talk a little bit about kind of some other planned use cases, but as someone that develops music software, something that I get asked all the time by fans, I have so many music producer fans, is, hey, can I try software before it's out? And so Rally, I think, is it's such an incredible use case for something like that, to be able to be able to share things with people before the release. And we just saw tremendous enthusiasm from the community around the simple album listening party that we did, that was gated using our Rally token on Discord. Allie, I have to say, I can't wait to have bragging rights. Like, I have a fan that's gotten LASIK surgery from Rally rewards. That's so rad. I love hearing that. I have to say, like, we have some fans that, have said, I made $1,200, I made $2,000 in Rally rewards. And to be able to see, community members, many of whom over the years I've gotten to know, like my super fans, to be rewarded in that way it's such a compelling thing. It feels addictive in a good way. And so, like I said, we're just beginning our journey with this. We have something really cool planned at EDC this year in Las Vegas using our Rally token that I think is going to kind of blow people's minds. I'm really excited to do that. And yeah, we're just incredibly enthusiastic about it and thrilled to be here. So
that's awesome. Yeah, thank you for providing that overview. I think what I want to do real quick is like rewind to the beginning of our conversation, your relationship with Rally. And I remember Jeremiah hitting me up, shout out Jeremiah, saying like,
yeah.
BT's interested in this space. He's an innovator. He really, really gets it. Can we have a conversation with him? And I remember those conversations and where we were looking at in the beginning. When you were looking at doing a social token, what was it that was inherent to the social token that you felt really worked with your strategy? And what were you trying to accomplish most?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question, Bryce. And full disclosure, we looked at other what would be considered competitive protocols. And we also were, again, kind of the full stack developer nerd over here, we're considering rolling our own social token. So there were a lot of different potential things on our radar. I knew that there was a compelling use case for this in my community because 70 to 80% of my fans are content creators themselves. And it's a real number too. So it's such an exciting way to reward people for their participation and their creation process. I loved what was being said before about, around this idea of, it was almost like a DAO being mentioned around this arts community. Is we have a community already like that, and this is sort of a way to reward them. Fans do things like remixes, right, and these kind of things, and we can actually gift back to them Rally tokens, or when they like pre-like a song on one of the DSPs, we can gift them Rally tokens. It's a way that we can reward fans for, like I said, their hyper engagement. We're so lucky to have these people that are so excited and interested. So we looked at a lot of different potential strategies for a social token, including, as I mentioned, the sort of roll your own strategy, doing a bound Ethereum token and these kind of things. And I met with some of the folks from Rally, yourself being one, Bryce, and also too, Gary Henderson and Jeremiah are two people that I think the world of. And they were in love with Rally, and they were saying how great it was for their communities. And after, reading a really compelling deck and spending some time with you guys, it really felt like the right fit for myself and my community. So I hope that answers that. It was like a long-winded answer.
No, that's perfect. I appreciate it. I think looking at the community that you guys have built, and keep in mind that, the 66 people on this call are a lot of creators who have coins themselves, or just people engaged in the platform. I think your community, especially in Discord, I remember the day we announced it and rolled it out, it was popping off right away. And it's still a very, very vibrant, active community. I'm curious if you have any tips or notes that you and Lacey are working on that allows that environment to exist.
Yeah, that's a good question. I think that, and I'm sure that many of the other content creators on here are similar. It's been a very long onboarding process of actually getting to know hyperactive community members. And so that process has taken a great number of years, some of them. I mean, we know folks, pockets of folks in specific places, in Shenzhen, in China, in Sydney, in Australia, in outside of Berlin. There's a group in Manchester, the one in Texas, like our Texas family, like we know these people by name and have made, I guess my sort of advice, as it were, there is to allow yourself to be accessible to people that really are participants, altruistic participants in your community. And I'm sure that that's something that makes a lot of content creators, just if I'm being really congruent, stretched thin. But I think it's finding those real participants in community that one person accounts for onboarding thousands of other people into community and really catering to them, getting to know them, getting to know their work, as it were. Like I said, because a lot of my fans are content creators themselves. And that's really paid off in the long run, you know, is really making an effort to know the hyperactive community participants.
Yeah, I think the resounding theme, just, you know, we have 3 creators on this call, and thank you guys, everyone, for showing up, but it's 3 different verticals, so to speak. But the resounding theme I'm hearing from all 3 of you is the notion of supporting your community, growing your community, and leveraging their authentic relationship with you to then share it with others. And it's so awesome to see that you guys have really all tapped into that. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that you are a music person, an innovator in the tech space, and someone that's really always thinking about the future. And I kind of just want to ask you, like, where do you see Web3 tools for social tokens continuing to be used in the music space as we look at the next few years?
It's such an awesome question, Bryce. I think that, I mean, to answer it in kind of like a negative space sort of way, good negative space sort of way, I think it's going to be hard to find use cases where this is not applicable. And I mean, from, you know, news and political organizations to creator communities. I think that a way to reward people for doing something good, right? You know, via a DAO, via social tokens, via these kind of methodologies, all of the sort of Web3 deployments. I mean, my last NFT is actually a dApp. So I'm definitely bullish on the Web3 thing. I think we'll be in Web 2.5 for quite some time. I love when I hear people say 2.5 because we've got a foot in the kind of 2.0 thing, and a lot of people looking forward to Web3. But I think it's hard to find a use case where it's not applicable. This system of rewards for doing the right thing, as it were. So I think that we're going to see it hard for, using a music is a use case example, hard for DSPs to stand up to this, like a model, you know, a model that, you know, of social reward, right? Is, I don't know how an Apple Music or a Spotify beats that in the long tail. I really don't. And so what I love about it more than anything, just to put a bow on it, is this empowers creators to make better content. And there's a why to that, okay? The why is it allows you to find your own tribe and cater to them and work with them and lift them up, and they in turn lift you up, and it becomes this symbiotic, thriving ecosystem. Whereas in normal content creation, it's kind of a moving goalpost, a moving algorithm, let's say, right? A moving target, and people are trying to gamify the system and cater to what something like Spotify as a use case is like cater to AI. It's like, oh, I need a dominant change in the first 3 seconds of my song, and then, you know, I got to hook people for 30. You're not thinking like that. You're thinking about making the world a more beautiful, more interesting, better sounding place, and finding a community of people that are interested in your perspective. That's a complete paradigm shift to kind of the Web 2.0 model. And I think probably the most exciting thing about social tokens, Rally, DAOs, Web 3.0, dApps, all of it. So that's kind of it with a bow on it.
Yep, very, very well said. Before I kick everything back over to Grant, I just want to ask you, you mentioned you got some stuff, maybe EDC in the works. Is there anything else that you're working on that fans of your music or people who are just involved in the music coin community, is there anything you want to tease or that we're looking forward to?
I think some of the most exciting things that we have coming up will be around use cases of the Rally token, honestly, and especially as it relates to our Discord, which is a new sort of entity for us. We love Discord because it's like a community where you can't be rugged, you know, like, you know, some of my friends that are Instagram creators are all like in a panic now because they've defocused videos now and now you're working for Instagram, making them reels. I love Discord for that reason. And I love the Rally integration with Discord. So some of the really exciting things that we have coming up around projects for fans will involve the Rally token. So holding it is a great thing for fans. It's kind of all I can say about that. They'll be really excited if they do. I loved too hearing what Allie was talking about utility NFTs. It's another thing that I'm very excited about and interested in, and plan on doing some of that here too without saying too much. So that's a little bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing. I know you're technically on vacation right now, so I appreciate you stepping away to join us. And with that, I'm gonna kick it on over to Grant.
Awesome. Bryce, BT, thank you guys again. BT, thank you for joining us. I think Bryce said something really interesting there where he said we have 3 different creators that come from 3 different backgrounds and verticals. And that was always our vision when we launched Rally over a little bit a year ago to the date, is having 3 different creators be able to share the same vision and the same passion with connecting to their community using their coin. So thank you guys. And thanks to each and every one of you guys for celebrating our birthday with us. On behalf of the entire Rally team, the community, thank you for an amazing start of this year. We look forward to celebrating October 15th for years to come. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Thank you guys.